Hey again. In the first video we learned how we implement the game for player to play or for two players to play at the same time on the same phone. What you want in this video, you want one player play with the device. And this time, or in this way, the device needs to decide which empty cell he should pick. So if you have all these empty cells, the device should say, okay, I would able to pick only from these cells. For now, we don't do really AI device to be able to be really genius to know how to play with you, because that need a lot of code. What we want to do for now, we say okay, the device will pick random cell from these cells. So it will pick it randomly. Okay, if you want to add AI on it, feel free. So make the device really genius to play with you the game. But for me, I just want the device to play randomly with me. For example, that means like if the device see these four cells, not necessarily the device will pick this one. It will pick any one of these fours. Okay, so in this case, when I play, now the second player will be autoplay. So all what I need to do is very simple, very simple. I say okay, when the first player is me played, the second player will be the autoplay. So I would say auto play. Okay, autoplay should be a method I haven't implemented yet, so I will go ahead and implement this autoplay method. So going down, so this one play with device, or say function autoplay. This is a play with device method. So the device to play with me, first of all, the device need to identify which cells is empty, none being used by player 1 or player 2. So in this case, the device will say, okay, I need to find what's the empty cells. I say variable empty cells list, or you can say empty cells, because whatever you name them. I define array list, an array list of integer, and it is empty. So what he will do here, the device will look from 1 to 9, searching for any empty cell. I say cell ID in 1 to 9. It will look for any one of these. If it find any cell empty from 1 to 9, that means if the not player 1 have select, that means contain cell ID, or player 2 dot contain the cell ID. So just making sure, hey, I want to make sure no player 1 and no player 2 pick that ID. I just add it to the empty cell list. I say empty cell dot add, it will add it cell ID. And that is very simple. So now by the end of this loop, I will have all the cells, all the empty cells, no one pick them, in this case these fours, will be added in this list. What I want to do, I want to pick randomly from these cells. So how I do that, I define val, say okay, I have variable r, I will use random method from Java, make random, remember that, random, it is part from Java util. I just pick this one. Now I want to pick random cell between all these cells, so I say okay, I say var random index from r dot next. I need to just pick next integer. From what? From the empty cell size. So here, using this line, it will pick random value from the cell. You could say plus 0, here say minus 0 plus 0, because this is how the fundamental work for this random method, because you define the minimum value as 0 and the maximum value, but 0 for or case 0. And sometimes people want to search between 100 to 200, so the minimum value here will be 100. For us, we want to search what? We want to search from 0 to minimum size to max size. So this will be our thing, only random. Now I have the random, so I should be also just I say okay, what the cell that randomly selected? I say cell ID will be equal to empty cell, and this empty cell will be random index. Okay, this way random index. So now in this one, hey, I know what the cell being selected. Now I want to set that button for that cell, so I would say okay, variable BU selected, it is part from button class, and BU selected should be equal to when whatever cell ID is. So play this game for me. If the one person pick a 1, that means you mean B1. Okay, if the person pick 2, you mean B2, and so on and so forth. If 2, if 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and else. So this one, if the player pick 2, okay, pick 2. If the player pick 3, pick 3. If the player pick 4, pick 4. If it pick 5, pick 5. If 6, 6, 7, pick 7, 8, pick 8, 9, pick 9. And else, you notice something we learned new in this video, give it BU1. You see, like, for some reason I just added what I did. I said, for some reason I said I need just to use this one direct, so else will be something like this. Okay, for me here I just using the object direct in Kotlin. You could use it directly, you don't need to use that thing r.id something like that. I think even here you don't need to use the r.id, only the object name enough will be. This is some new extension in Kotlin they added, so you could use it, could say. So here you need to add extension, I think, maybe. Oh no, it won't work here. So just here keep it as it is. I don't want to investigate why in this video, so that's why you need to investigate why, but here I just be able, you could do it r.id.object name, or you could just here write it just object name without anything. That'll be fine. So now I have it selected the button, just I say play the game. I have the random value selected for that button. I say play game, and a play game I send this cell ID and BU select. Because to play the game, you need to have two things, if you remember. To play the game, even for the previous one, when he pick the button, when he select button, the player, he need to send us which cell he select, one was the button. And same thing for the machine. When the machine pick random cell from the cells, it should send us which cell pick, was the machine, which cell the machine picked, and was that button, so we could highlight it. So now if we hit enter, I would assume the code should work fine with no issue. Okay, now hopefully everything will work fine. If I play, see the machine directly played. Play here, see the machine picked something. I pick here, the machine picked that one. I would able to win if I just pick this one. I say player win the game. Okay, and then. Now you could add more for this game. For example, you don't want to make it only one game. You want to reset everything. To reset everything, when a player win the game, all what you need to do after the win, if it's 1 or 2, you need just to reset everything. Define a function name it reset, and you reset these two, player list and player 1, and they play again. You play again with the machine and you put a counter. So your homework for this project would be this. You just define a label here to show how many times you win and how many times the device win. And every time one player win, this thing will go back to the receipt. It's very simple homework. You need just add a method, name it clear. That method will clean all the resource here back to white and all the text back to the 0. And after that, after it do the cleaning, it will just restart the game by restarting player 1 and player 2. Have you done? Thank you for watching.